What is up, everybody? It's your boy Andy the Nomad, and today we're going to talk about, why Asian countries are rising while America is falling apart. And this is for a very good reason, man. You look at America, and it's a total disaster. It's a total disaster. I mean, before 2020. Things were okay, but there were still a lot of issues with, especially the culture. Like the culture was already kind of collapsing before 2020. And then in 2020, basically just hit the nail on the head. Before 2020, a lot of jobs were still being sent, outside of the country, to Asia, to South America, Latin America. A lot of jobs in America were still being, outsource, right? And the whole problem with the dating market, you're talking to a guy who I've read a lot of books on dating, like just dating books. I'm actually one of the guys who went in taking quote unquote training from dating coaches. The pickup artists like David D'Angelo, RSD. Yeah, I've taken some of their courses, and I can tell you, man, like something seriously started to happen. Something seriously started to happen. Like by 2019, I was starting to feel it. Especially after I came back from Japan. I started to really understand why some people were unhappy in America, and then 2020 came and the economy just went ballistic. And you would think that when the economy gets so bad, that people will work together and, we're all going to help each other, get back up. But no, people actually got worse. People actually got much worse. And, the whole dating market just got even worse, and everything just seemed to keep getting worse, and people became worse. And Americans are just so stressed out and just not very nice towards each other. At least not anymore. But yeah, so the economy, dating market, a whole bunch of stuff, the culture is just falling apart. And then, when you go to other places like Asian countries, they're not doing so bad. Like I know Japan got the whole population issue, but overall, living in Japan is so much better than living in America. Like the culture there is so much better. I would say Korea. I've never been to Korea, but I've been to the Philippines. The Philippines is so much better to live. The culture's great. People are nice. Of course, there's poverty there, but like many Asian countries, the Philippines is actually on the rise, right? And what's happening now is that, especially with the war with Ukraine and the corruption with America sending money over to the Ukraine, and telling other, freezing money that they were supposed to give to other countries, like to Vladimir Putin, Russia. Other countries started to look at America like the enemy. America has become the bad guy in the world's economy. America has become the bully. I mean, America has always sort of been a bully. We were known for like helping other countries, but America has always been somewhat of a bully towards countries. But now it is some freaking overdrive, man. America's more of a bully now than ever. It's like America's literally telling China. He's telling China to stop production of their electric cars. Like they really want to tell China to reduce the production of their electric cars so that American car companies can be more competitive. That's not how the market works, man. That's not how the market works. Your opponent, right? Your competitors, they're not going to stop producing just because you tell them to. And that's what America is doing. That's what our leaders are doing. They just, they think that they can continue to tell other countries what to do, other people what to do, and that everybody will just do it and fall in line. and because America has always been the big boss and everybody always listens to America and it's always going to be that way. No, man. No. Other countries want opportunities too. And what's been happening, I mean, if you look at the way that China has been building Africa, China in the past like 10 years, China has helped Africa so much more than America has ever helped African countries. Heck, more than European countries have helped Africa. You look at the way that Africa's growing, thanks to China, and you're wondering, hey, how come America never did any of these things? Build a train road, build apartments, all this stuff, right? All this stuff. You wonder, like, how come America never did any of these things? But China's doing it because China's playing the smart game. China's playing the game of benefits, right? You help a country, they benefit from you, and then you benefit from them. And American leadership doesn't seem to understand that, or rather they don't want to do that. They just want to be the boss. They just want to be bossy. And so what's happening is that a lot of countries are taking advantage of the idiots running America, saying, hey, man, those people are stupid. This is our chance. This is our chance. Let's beat them. Let's beat them at their own game, damn it. And now other Asian countries are rising. Vietnam is rising thanks to, I think it's because of China. Yeah. Vietnam is rising. It's not just because of tourism, but because, they're getting more revenue. They're producing more things. And yeah, man, there's just so much opportunities now, man, for Asians. So Vietnam, Thailand has been growing for a long time. Philippines, Indonesia is growing, Malaysia is growing, and forget about Japan, Korea, and China, because Japan, Korea, and China, they've always been the big dogs, right? They've been the big dogs of Asia. But other Asian countries want to rise, and they are, and that's exactly what's happening. Malaysia, Cambodia is rising. I mean, come on, man. Cambodia is going up the charts. Within the next 10 years, many Cambodians will be out of poverty. Many in the Philippines, many Filipinos will be out of poverty the way the country's growing. Elon Musk is building in the Philippines. I think he's building a mansion, but he's also doing other things in the Philippines, trying to hire people and stuff. So yeah, it's just overall the Philippines and other Asian countries are doing great. They're rising up while America's falling apart. They're rising up. And I actually, in another video, I mentioned that many of the things that Americans started, even in entertainment, even in pop culture, other countries are actually doing much better. Like, let's say, pop music. It used to be that America will have a lot of boy bands, but now they abandon boy bands for just, single artists, right? But Korea's still doing the whole boy band thing, right? And America used to be the king of animation, but America now has abandoned animation. And Japan and other countries are now, the kings of anime. Japan basically rules over all animation. They are the kings of anime, and everybody wants to be, many artists want to draw in the anime art style, There's many other things. I mean, I can't run it off at the top of my head. Oh yeah, culture. Here in America, everybody's at war. The left, the right, the man, the woman, the red, the blue. Everybody's at war. It's like you can't be friends with somebody unless you know like what side they're on. That's how I feel here in America, right? You go to other countries, they don't care about politics. I mean, yeah, they vote, they do what they got to do, but they don't care about politics. If you say something about a certain politician, nobody cares. They vote for their favorite politician, they move on with their lives. There's not a lot of division like here in America, right? In Asian countries. In some of those countries, they have a set system, because in Western societies like America, UK, every 4 years there's an election. And when there's an election, a new politician gets elected, and then things change. New policies, new laws are added, right? In other countries, it's not like that. And maybe it's because they're communist, but it's a lot more stable to the point where like you know what the policies are. The policies might change, but like for the most part the country kind of remains the same, you know. And if I am wrong on that, you guys can correct me, please. So yeah, so in other countries they just have a better culture. People are respectful. You go somewhere, you know, there's always that initial respect. In Asian countries, people are not as aggressive, you know. People are much nicer to you in public. And yeah, there's always that initial respect. And oh yeah, transportation. Other countries have better transportation than here in America. You know, whether it's motorcycles, taxis, cars. You know, I went to the Philippines and they have taxis. No, not taxis. They have like their own Uber system, like Uber ride sharing. But they also have a lot of other options. Motorcycles. You can ride a motorcycle for cheap. You can ride, what else? You can, yeah, motorcycles, jeepneys in the Philippines. They have a train. In America, transportation is so bad. It's so bad in America that you cannot go anywhere without a car. If you don't have a car, you can't. What are you gonna do? Pay for a taxi? Unless you live in like the main cities, like in a big city like New York, Chicago, Boston. Those cities have old train systems that are falling apart. So in that case, you don't really need a car if you live in one of those cities. But as soon as you step outside of those cities, man, it's nothing but highways, roads, suburbs, and you literally cannot go anywhere without a car. After I went to Japan and I experienced how efficient and how beneficial and how convenient the train system was in Japan, I wanted to slap America. I'm like, dude, why can't we have this in America? This is so convenient. This is so people friendly, you know? And then we live here in America and we tell the entire world we are better than you. But look at all the flaws that we have here. Transportation sucks. I mean, people have to rely on their cars. It's such a car-centric society. And I hate it because cars keep you poor. I think many of you will agree with me on this, but cars keep you poor. Something bad happens to your car, you gotta change, the catalytic converter, engine fails, you get into a car crash, you gotta fix the damages. Anything that happens to your car, you're gonna have to pay an arm and a leg to fix that mofo. You know, I mean, I spent thousands of dollars fixing my car, and I hate the way cars just drain your pocket. I really do. And because in America it's a car-centered society. Other countries like in Europe and Asia, they always have a good train system, but here we don't. And a lot of people, especially those that travel, like passport bros, travelers, people that just leave the country, they see this and they start to realize, you know what, we've been lied to. America is not that great. It's not the best. There's too many flaws here. And don't get me wrong, when it comes to like other things like work, career, work environment, like the work conditions are much better. Like for example, I would not work in Japan. I would hate to work in Japan, but I would love to live there. In America, it's good to work in America, but it is living here kind of sucks. And yeah, man, it's just getting this bad. And that's why Asia is on the rise, because they just have so many good qualities about them. The culture, the culture, the cost of living, the lifestyle. People are not as stressed out. People live longer in Asia, and you can also have fun. I've heard some people say, "Oh, but if you move, if you move to the Philippines or Thailand, what's gonna happen? Like you're not gonna have Amazon Prime. And I'm like, are you seriously revolving your entire life about Amazon Prime being able to order something or receive an item within 2 days? Like, that's really what you consider the quality of your life? You know, there's other countries that have a better health system, like Thailand. You know, but people are so brainwashed and so lazy, they don't think about that. They're comfortable with their American life, which is fine. It's fine. But America's on the decline. In the UK, United Kingdom, is on the decline. Canada is on the decline. Canada is more like, it's a lame version of America. I'm gonna piss some people off. But yeah, man. I'm gonna leave it there. This video is pretty long. I had a lot to say here, but whatever your thoughts are, comment below. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell for future notifications. Everybody, make sure to hit the like button, comment below, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys in the next video. It's Andy the Nomad. Godspeed, baby.